Sit on my bloody tassel.
You look so beautiful on camera.
Thank you.
Hey guys,
Ryan here.
I'm Matthew here.
And welcome to part 2
of our LGBTQ plus talk series on how to come out to your friends.
So the first part, if you haven't seen, head over, stop, pause this, and watch the first part. That is all about coming out to your parents and like really like close centered family. And as Matthew just said, this is all about coming out to your friends. And we're really gonna drill down to discussing like when you're coming out of school. That's like the core of this video,
but it can definitely be applied to college, work, anything in life,
in
and also so just disclaimers, we're not professionals, this is just what we've learned from our experiences that we wanted to share with you, and we hope it brings some positive impact to your life if you are needing it. So the first thing to think about when you're going to come out to some friends is the fact that there's a possibility that you may lose friends. Now this has happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to you. It's just something that happens because people either are uneducated or they just quite frankly can't accept it. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with you, and it's not your problem. Like, I know you can't choose your family, but you can most certainly choose your friends. And I know it's heartbreaking if you feel like your friends are rejecting you for the way that you are just for being you. But like, it's their issue, and you need to just think of the bigger picture. As hard and as easier said than done, but you don't need them. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, if someone is rejecting you just because of who you are, like, you genuinely do not need that in your life.
They are not worth it.
Say bye-bye.
Say goodbye. And on the flip side, this is really hard to deal with. And it's not even me that says all the negative side of things. It's nice that Matthew says the negative side. But I just want to clarify, they are not worth it. If people like cannot accept you for who you are, then in the long run, you're just causing, like, you're ripping that bandage off a lot quicker than what because it would have came off eventually. What happens if you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, or what happens if you wanted to go to a gay club, for example? They're not ever going to want to be part of that life, and that means that you can't actually be yourself with them. However, on the flip side, you might lose friends, but you will also have the opportunity to gain so many friends that love you for who you are. And I feel like when you come out, it's so much easier just to be yourself, and that's from personal experience as well. I felt like when I came out, like, it was just so much easier just to be like flamboyant if I wanted to, just speak my mind, and I didn't have to try and be like a bit more masculine, even though that failed. Like, I could just literally be myself, and then you attract the people that actually generally like the authentic 100% of you, so you get to make loads of friends as well.
It's so weird because touching on that, when I came out at school, I felt like I was one of the first people to come out in the school at the time. There wasn't any other gay people in the school. Obviously there was, but they weren't out, and I was just being me. It was obviously hard but fine, and I watched other people come out after and just watched them flourish. Like, it's insane how you suddenly make lots of new friends in terms of the fact that you can just be yourself, which allows you to just meet new people who are like-minded, and it's so cool. So there are definitely positives to the negatives.
So the next thing we want to discuss is deciding who you should tell. When you come out together, you don't need to scream it from the rooftops. You don't have to tell every single person in your school. You can just tell your best friend, for example, and that is enough. You haven't got to tell every single person, because A, it's no one's business.
No, honey, it's no one's business
at all. Who you tell is up to you. Matthew, you're stepping on my tassels.
Sorry.
It's no one's business at all who you should tell, and it's when you are ready. But also, you get to make that choice of who you want to tell.
It's
get that.
Do not get that pressure where it builds up inside of you and you think you need to tell everyone, because then you know you're going to be like free. Like, you might feel like that, but like at the end of the day, like, it's your news. Yeah,
and also it just comes down to a little bit of like safety. If you feel like someone's asked if you're gay and it's a big group of people and you feel like it's just not safe for you to say yes, it sucks. But you get to make that choice if you should like be like, oh no, I'm not, or none of your business, or just be like, yes I am, let's fight. Like, it's up to you. Obviously, be completely safe, but you haven't got to scream it. And at the end of the day, if like someone says, are you gay, are you a lesbian, are you bi, whatever you identify as, if someone asks you that and you don't feel comfortable because you don't know the person maybe to say yes, so you decide to say like, it's in your business, it doesn't make you like, you should never feel ashamed for that.
And if you feel like you don't want to tell someone when they ask you, all you have to just say is something that I don't discuss, I'm afraid.
Or who would say that?
Me. I'm afraid I don't disclose that kind of information with people.
Jargon! No,
Yeah.
you would know what to say. It depends on who you are, how you handle situations, and just like your personality, you'd come naturally to you. So we are back, we should have a technical error.
The memory card was full because someone doesn't ever empty it and it's so annoying.
We've got all our Japan stuff still on from here.
So another good way to, when you're coming out to friends, to think about is maybe if you aren't someone who is suspected of being LGBTQ+, why don't you maybe possibly think about talking about those kinds of topics and seeing how they react. That's a really good way to gauge how your friends are gonna react. And you might get, you know, the show-off friends that will just be anti it, just even though they don't mean it, or you might get the really positive friends. But you'll be surprised at what people, when you actually sit down to them and talk about these topics, when people really think about them, what their reactions will be. And sometimes it's really, really good to do that.
And it also just means that you get to know that if it's a safe environment, but also then it gives you that chance to like, actually I don't feel these are going to be my friends, or they might say something that really, really upsets you, and it means that like you know that you can never be yourself with them. So I think that's definitely a really, really good opinion, especially if you are like, maybe if you're bi, or maybe if you're just like a masculine gay or really, really feminine girl that maybe not everyone would expect. I know, like, stereotyping, but like people do, and maybe that people just would be shocked. I mean everyone was so shocked when I came out. But then you can get like a little feel for if you would be safe and if they would accept you for who you are. So the perks of coming out in school, college, university, any kind of like group or academic kind of environment is that they will always should be
always supporting you.
Yes, and there should always be some form of group or support network system that will support LGBTQ plus people. And I think now there's more than it ever was. And it's same with sex education. I believe now they have to teach about same couple sex.
Yeah. Same-sex couples.
Yes, so that is a plus, but there'll always be some form, maybe it's like, even if it's just your favourite teacher, my favourite teacher like might just be, you might just be able to go to them for support, and then maybe they might know someone or be able to put you in a direction. You haven't got to have a massive LGBT rainbow support group, and especially if you are not 100% ready to come out, but maybe you still just want to go to support, maybe go to one of your favourite teachers, they're going to be able to support you in that matter.
And I feel like I came out in like 2005 or 2006, 2007, something like that, maybe 2007, and it's now 2020 and we had like hardly any support groups back then. I know it might feel like you haven't got any because you might just not know about it, so maybe try and find a teacher you feel safe to confide in, or someone like a support worker that works at the school, or even a receptionist at the school that you're like maybe possibly close with. Like, just really try and seek out that professional help.
And there will be
or seek out outside of school, because there's loads online. If you Google that kind of help within your area, you should be able to find something that can help you and support you.
100%. And even if it's not LGBTQ plus like groups, it might just be a group that is maybe like mental health, about loving yourself, about accepting yourself, or maybe it's like like in my school we had a time to talk session, which was all about like so they employed someone like they outsourced employed someone from outside school to come into school for like an hour a week, and it was from anyone to go and just talk about any single problems, from like abuse, like issues with family, to getting bullied in school, to struggling with just like mental health issues, to feeling sad. They were there to like for all help, or if you just wanted to chat because you had not many friends, they were always there. So there will be some form of system to help you, and if there isn't, then you go online like Matthew said, or in your local area there'll be loads. So the next thing I want to talk about is all our favourites, isn't it? Getting bullied.
You know what? So many people use it as a weakness, but being gay, trans, and like that, it's not a weakness. It's just not. It's ridiculous. And I feel like if you are getting bullied, as much as it is hard, I know it's hard through the past experience, you just have to speak up and tell someone. Like, you cannot just sit back in silence and be bullied. Like, it's not okay. I know it's easier just to have it that way because you think, oh, I think it's going to escalate if I tell someone, but tell someone they need to know, whether it's a teacher, a parent, or even just a close friend. Like, you need to get that out of your system and tell people how you're feeling, and hopefully, you know, they should be able to help you or point in the right direction to make it stop.
100%, and I think school is a very, very scary place. Unfortunately, schools, people's brains aren't developed fully, and some people are just really, really immature, and some people don't actually realise that bullying someone or saying something hurtful actually can have such a knock-on effect
throughout their whole life.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, unfortunately, school is like that. Was later in life, people don't call someone gay, like, it just doesn't happen.
So because, different.
Like, in school, it's that situation, it can be a little bit toxic, it can be quite mean, and school's really hard. But the thing is, if you don't say anything and you don't, like, even tell someone, this person is going to get away with this, and you have no idea how that person can make someone else feel. Maybe you've got quite thick skin, and someone could call you gay and you could just brush it off, like, yeah, I'm gay, get over it. But maybe someone else is really struggling with their sexuality and could do with, like, that maybe they can't handle getting bullied for being gay. And so always think of someone else in your situation. Maybe you don't need to tell because you can handle it yourself, but someone else maybe getting bullied and they can't, and it doesn't make you a weak person.
Not at all. It does not make you weak at all. It makes you stronger for speaking out about it. And the last thing that we just want to touch on, that we haven't really touched on this video actually, is just do it when you're ready. Like, don't feel pressured by things you see online, people's lifestyles you see on Instagram, or whatever, like, funny videos you're seeing on TikTok and things. Like, do not feel pressured that you need to come out, because, like, it's your decision. It's something that you can hold on to. It's something that you've got control with. Like, you have the control to tell people. So if you're not ready, don't feel pressured, don't feel like you're any less of a LGBTQ plus person. Like, it makes you no different to anyone else. You're allowed to keep that within you for as long as you want. That's
up to you, and that's fully your decision. You do not have to come out in school. You do not have to come out in college, university. You don't even have to come out. You can simply just get with a boy or a girl or same sex, or however you want to identify as, and screw at the labels, and you can just
goodbye labels.
Like, not everyone has to come out, and some people are very, very blessed that they don't have to. They could just go home with the same sex boy, and their mum and dad just say, like, hey, they haven't got that big coming out moment, which is such one day that being a beautiful thing, but I don't think it's the case in everyone's situations. But yeah, just remember that it's down to you.
So guys, this is the end of today's video. I hope it really, really helped you, and if it didn't apply to you, make sure you send it to a friend or a family member that might need this video to give them some guidance or just some advice and support as they come out to their friends. We do have a few more LGBTQ plus topic videos to come, and we hope you find them really, really helpful. Make sure you hit subscribe and leave a comment if you think you have any more advice for the Matthew and Ryan family that we might have forgotten.
And make sure you hit that notification bell, and if this is the first LGBTQ plus topics video you've seen, then make sure you check out our playlist of all of the other ones we have done. And like Matthew said, leave a comment and let us know what other support you would offer someone in your situation, or how did you cope with school if you were gay, lesbian, trans, however you identify. And yes, we love you guys, and we shall see you soon.
Mwah.